Joe, one third of the Cyberpunk.
Sam, the legend behind the techie.
We are live, guys. I'm Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Revenue GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech, and this is the Cyberpunk deep dive video reaction. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Road to 100k. Woo! Cyberpunk here. So these guys, this ain't deep dive, but for me, this is only like scratching the surface of God knows how many hours this game is going to be. I know it's going to be mad, massive. I just want to see what they're going to show us today.
Bro,
because
how can you say it's not a deep dive when they said it's a deep
They
dive?
said
Like,
it's a
they
deep
make
dive.
the game.
15 minutes.
Fam, this might be the deepest 15 minutes of the game. Get me? What I want to see in this 15 minutes, some customization, character customization, obviously. Some mid-game combat skill tree stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So like, after playing for 50 hours, these are the possibility things you could do. Something like that. And I want to see the story tree. Like, how they're like, oh, every little decision branches off into something. I want to show me a possibility. Just show me a possibility in it. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I want to see, fam. And also, what's his name? Johnny Silverhand. Yeah? John Wick, yeah? So, John Wick's character, future John Wick character in the game, Johnny Silverhand, is supposed to be with you the whole game. I want to see a scenario like where he dies or something, like early in the game. Like,
isn't he like implanting in your brain because you took the chip?
I don't know. So is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So he's he's just like a homeboy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Like, you can't get rid of him.
I don't think so.
That's what I thought.
That's great. What do you mean? How did you think that? When did you see that?
Based on what you just said, like,
And what I
he's
said.
always with you, so I was like, oh, it must be like implanted in
That's
like
it,
a
yeah.
chip or something.
Oh,
It's
see,
a spark.
I thought he was just like your boy.
But then you see him, like, you see him because it's here.
Yeah,
Almost
no
like
one
a...
else.
No, but no, I
like
get
a
that.
memory, yeah. Like the way he just... See the way he came up last time, like, into the screen is like, you know, so...
If that's true, and they dive into this, like, psycho... Yeah, that whole mindset. Like, now you're drawing me in even more. Because, you know, I love that crazy kind of...
Man could go corrupted, man could try and help you out, like...
Yeah. Because you can't trust him, fam. See,
that's it, yeah.
I don't trust him either now.
Man's trying to do
He could be programming from someone else. He could be programmed from someone else
that too.
to get you onto some crowd, fam.
Could be.
Yeah, but... Alright, cool. That's what I want. What do you want to see?
I just want to see more abilities because we saw some mad ones about you're hiding behind a car and your bullets would home elsewhere. I was like, that's actually kind of sick. I like that. And you had like the spider, mantis kind of melee things. I just want to see more of that kind of stuff from the future, so... More abilities, please.
What about
more
you,
abilities.
I just want to stay away because it's like 15 minutes.
I'm still really annoyed that there's not a third person option in this game, man.
I know, there has to
Bro,
be.
someone came on my stream and was like, oh, they did it for the purposes of immersion. And I was like, what? So, me personally, I don't understand that. Because like, man's been playing games for what? 20-something years, and I've got to be first person to be fully immersed. No. Like, and especially in a game like this with the level of customization, I want to see the character I made running around. Not only when I look in the mirror, but that's just me. Anyway, that's my only knock against Cyberpunk right now. Is that's annoys me.
Cool. Let's deep dive in then.
Hey V, you alright?
Let's do this.
Qui va protéger?
Okay. What now?
Yeah, I just found it.
Paris. Johnny?
Where?
On a plongé.
Run to the matrix.
Where are we?
Our BBS, Data Fortress. Bridge to the deep net. Beyond, there are no borders. Beyond the black wall.
Welcome to the Cyberpunk 2077 2019 Deep Dive video. In last year's gameplay reveal, we showed you our vision for the world of Cyberpunk 2077, its quests, and visual design. This year, we'd like to give you a peek at some of the playstyles you'll be able to adopt as your character progresses through the story.
Here goes nothing.
You're about to see sequences embodying two distinct approaches to playing Cyberpunk. We'll show you a strong solo build. That is, a character who focuses on employing blunt force and taking instant action. And a Netrunner build, a playstyle taking frequent advantage of stealth tactics, hacking, and battlefield control achieved using malicious software. Additionally, you'll learn more about Pacifica, one of the game's districts, two gangs, the Animals and the Voodoo Boys, and you'll see glimpses of Johnny Silverhand, the digital construct who haunts our main character, V. A word of caution. Given that the video covers a section of the game deep into the main storyline, we have edited the footage to contain as few spoilers as possible. Be aware that the gameplay as presented does reveal characters and locations you'll see while playing the game's main story arc. So watch at your own discretion.
Appreciate that, guys.
Where are we headed? This way.
In this video, you'll experience a segment of a quest from the middle of the game. We're currently in Pacifica, one of Night City's 6 unique districts.
You know Pacifica well?
Nah. You guys aren't exactly great at rolling out the welcome mat for outsiders.
It was designed to be a tourist hotspot within the city. As you can see, this didn't pan out. When uncertainty struck the global economy, investors pulled their funding, leaving most establishments unfinished. It's one of those places where expectations and reality collided, resulting in a heap of disappointment. Ongoing gang wars plague this part of the city. Outsiders don't come here if they don't have to. Even by Night City's standards, it's dangerous to those unfamiliar with it. Taking a casual stroll here would not be a good idea. A fast motorbike or armor-plated car would be the safer option. But places like this have their advantages. If you're in need of rare goods or illegal cyberware, Pacifica's bustling local markets are a good place to start your search. The Grand Imperial Mall is a whole other story. It was one of the last developments in Pacifica to lose its funding. Until recently it stood vacant, but now a gang called the Animals has moved in for reasons unknown.
Something's not going right for the big guy up top.
And that's what we need to learn in order to earn the trust of the Voodoo Boys, the Animals' rivals.
What the hell?
Could fucking tell me what you plan to do first.
You take job. You do what I say. So you chop in now.
Of the many gangs in Cyberpunk 2077, the Voodoo Boys are the most skilled at using the net.
Why? What for?
You are my vessel now. I see what you see, hear what you hear.
This mysterious gang of highly skilled netrunners has close ties to the local Haitian community.
You are V? We have been waiting.
Haitians settled in Pacifica in the 2060s after natural disasters struck their island and forced them to emigrate en masse. The Voodoo Boys gang formed around this same time, though at a smaller scale. Now the gang effectively rules Pacifica. The Voodoo Boys don't usually work with outsiders. Lucky for us, it seems they're prepared to make an exception this time.
Mr. Hand sent me. Said you got merc work needs doing.
Still, to earn their trust, we need to prove our worth. Placide, one of the Voodoo Boys' higher-ups, has offered us a mission. We need to infiltrate the Grand Imperial Mall, currently occupied by the Voodoo Boys' deadly enemy, a gang called the Animals.
2035-07. 3 seconds before, poof, the camionette. We try to learn where the camionette come from.
The Animals are not your normal gang. Their presence in Pacifica is suspicious. They value might above all else and wear melee combat implants to raise their prowess in combat. Their beverage of choice is juice, a potent strength and speed-enhancing concoction. As sought-after bouncers, they're usually dispersed throughout town. As skilled street-level business types, they've cornered the market in illegal substances and underground live-or-die prize fights. When they converge in one spot, it's for something big. It's then they appoint the fastest and strongest among them as their ad hoc leader. In this case, it's a woman named Sasquatch.
You said you wanted my vet.
Insane.
No. As far as I remember, you said no bone brain buffaloes on steroids. I'm afraid that's the cost of doing biz.
This is the tech Placide was talking about. It seems non-standard for the Animals. And this is where we come in. Getting to the van won't be easy, but we're more than qualified for the job, which we can complete in one of many ways. The character creation in Cyberpunk 2077 is the kind you'd expect from a full-fledged RPG. You start by choosing your past, important because this unlocks special options at important story junctures. You also fully customize your character using a deep customization system that spans not only your look and style, but also your abilities.
They're trying to talk
Cyberpunk
directly to Joe.
2077 does not feature fixed classes. Instead, it has a fluid class system that allows players to mix and match a wide range of abilities to suit their playstyles. You can create a strong solo character, a skilled netrunner, or any other hybrid class you can imagine. Let's see how a solo playstyle in Cyberpunk 2077 might work. Solos prefer a direct approach. They use guns and might to get things done. So let's wreak some havoc. With our enhanced strength, we can strip this turret of its weapons and give the Animals a taste of their own medicine. This is how a player investing in solo abilities might live out their Terminator power fantasy. Enhanced strength lets us force open doors, or grab enemies to use as human shields.
Shut the hell up.
Bam.
We also gain access to powerful melee combat cyberware. So even someone as fast and strong as Sasquatch, the leader of this group of animals, is not impossible to beat for a solo. But Sasquatch has a different game plan. She's out to jack in and hack us. Let's see how this plays out.
Ready for some fun? Proceed. What's going on?
She was a glitch.
It's our choice if we want to finish her off or spare her. You're Cyberpunk, your rules. If you'd rather sneak around, hide, and strike from the shadows, no problem. Just develop your netrunning skills to get around obstacles or hack into enemy tech to have it do the dirty work for you.
Oh, come on.
Let the thing
Come
drop.
on,
Let the
come
thing
on.
drop. Let the thing drop.
Netrunning abilities mean hacking skills that let us use our cyber deck to breach access points. For this, we fill the buffer of our cyber deck with a string of instructions represented by these letters and numbers.
This is Watch Dogs
Matching
on
the instructions
a
for
trillion
basic
platforms.
access grants us control of devices connected to this network. The more instructions we match, the more control we gain over elements in the network. We can hack our way through in numerous ways. A quick hack may grant us control of the security camera. Another one should let us tweak the difficulty of the training bot to create a distraction.
Kill mode.
With With our nanowire, we can even hack this guy's implants from a distance.
That's sick as well.
In this world, almost everything is connected to a local network. And that means it can be hacked.
Ours is a wolf.
Which brings us back to cyberspace.
Why am I making my character already in my head, fam?
You don't get to do anything in the net unnoticed. There's always someone watching. It could be corpos, or even worse, it could be Netwatch. And that is exactly the case here.
Who is they?
Netwatch. They always out to fuck us.
Netwatch and the Voodoo Boys are like fire and ice. The first of these wants to maintain the old order and protect people from AI anarchy originating from beyond the Black Wall. The Voodoo Boys want to establish contact with the free AIs. They believe this will enable their boundless expansion on the net and grant them the upper hand over Netwatch. Netwatch sees this as the end of the world. Both are right.
Whoa, hey.
How you deal with the Netwatch agent is entirely up to you. Do we side with the gang? Choosing to be on Netwatch's bad side is never wise. But can we really trust the Voodoo Boys?
You set me up!
As you can see, we have many possible options. But in each case, we take a risk.
Think I'll just stick to my plan.
World map, yeah? In fact, that's not even map. It's only stay in Night City, but that's just a link to other games that you
Didn't
make.
work out well. In the world of Cyberpunk, few things go as planned.
You know,
And that was just a glimpse of how complex the branching storyline in Cyberpunk 2077 can get. Every decision you make will have consequences. Your choices will shape how the world reacts to you and affect your relationships with those around you. One of those relationships is special. Ever heard of Johnny Silverhand? A rebel rocker boy who will be your companion throughout your adventure in Night City?
Come on, really think they give a rat's dick how you look?
Like everyone in Cyberpunk 2077, he has his own agenda. You'll decide if he'll be your ally or your enemy. And that chip in your head, the one thanks to which Johnny lives inside your mind. Well, that's a story for another time.
Johnny will set man up.
Way too deep. Way
Johnny will
too.
set
See,
man up.
I think with that is, I think you make a decision with that. Like, am I just gonna roll with man?
yeah, or you don't. That's what they said.
Or I don't. But then like you accept like
The
what
consequences,
comes with
yeah,
it.
exactly,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And you're cool with it because you might agree the way he's moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or at some point you agree, and then he just starts moving.
A bit mad.
Mad. Like, but this just looks
yeah.
mad,
Way
but
too deep.
amazing.
Mm.
I was over here computing my character. I was building my
So
character. I was building my character. I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go like corporate. But man's gonna have hand combat. Yeah, but he won't be so good with guns. But man will finish man up like with a ding ding ding. No, bro, like it's crazy. Even the cars think, Ram, what kind of vehicle I'll be rolling here, bro?
Yeah, I think they got me, innit? I think they got me.
Yeah, fam.
I think the level of customization and then even like the ability to manipulate your playstyles, like you don't have to be one or the other. Because me, I'm not full stealth. I love a Rambo, but at the same time, I'd love to pepper man like and drop the weights on their neck, have man get killed, KO'd. Like I want to approach each mission differently.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
You know what I'm saying, and I think that's the biggest thing for me. The whole Johnny thing, it just depends if he's moist or not, and it depends what he's on. Do you know, more than like in my mind, I was like, I'm just gonna side with him, but then at the same time, I was like, there's so many things going on in this game there's so many different angles that people are coming at. I'm gonna have to just see what Johnny's on before I can know if I'm backing him or not. Get me? But then that obviously gives the opportunity for multiple endings, multiple boss fights. Like you could get to the end of the game and your boss fight could be against Johnny, or you can get to the end of the game and your boss fight can be against the Voodoo Boys, or you can get to the boss fight and at the end of the game and you're fighting the net people. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and that's just 3 possibilities that we know about. They didn't talk about all the other gangs and all that other stuff, so it's all a bit mad, G.
Boy, I just like the way they were saying, like, oh, you side with this gang, you're against this kind of political view, you're this gang, you're this kind of political view, and then, that's what I mean, that end of the, I don't know, the game or whatever have you, it was going to come down to you either take down the wall, and then AI is just going to be free, or everyone's just going to be locked down, it's going to be like rules, regulations, all that kind of madness. And it's kind of like, I don't know, speaking about like today's world, like you want to be with the free world, or you want to be behind like communism and all that kind of madness.
See, in my mind, this is the Matrix where they came to an agreement with the machines and the humans, and they just combined with each other, and then the universe went on from then. Do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, alright, we're all integrated into you guys, but then there's still those people who are running us. Like, no, you man can't all be free, connected to each other now. So like, imagine that, like a network where everyone's just free. Like, there's too much, and I love that they put it into the game. Fam. It's sick. It's sick.
Do we know how many hours this game?
This is
It's
easy,
200.
yeah,
200
easy,
easy.
200.
There's 200
and it's not online. Everything's just
single player.
Single player. And the thing, what gets me excited about this as well is they do 200 hours here, and then obviously, you know, with The Witcher, they dropped 200 hours of DLC.
Yeah. So God knows what they could do with this.
Yeah, fam. So like this game,
you might have like different packs of DLCs.
Well, yeah, bro. That's what they did. That's what they did on The Witcher. Like CD Projekt Red, they made that as well. So it's like this could legitly give man like a good 4 years in it. Like I'm just like, bro. People are laughing, bro. There's man on The Witcher still playing The Witcher today who played the day it came out, fam. Get me? So it could like this is also. I don't know if I can invest that much. Like, bro, do you know how many games this takes you away from, fam?
But the
But yeah,
customization,
but
the world, the stories, like, can you really complain if it does?
I'm not.
I mean, like, is it like a problem if it does? Like, you're still on this and another game comes. Yeah, but this is so lit. You could wait for another 2-3 years, isn't it?
Oh, it all depends on the type of games that come around and how you're playing these games. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, this is gonna be decided when Cyberpunk comes out. Like, I'm not saying to anyone, oh, don't buy the game. I'm saying, like, if you like the game, you like how it looks, go get the game. But for me, I have to see what my games are looking like the week before. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's packed right now. Between now and I think this coming out, like, you've got Breakpoint, Call of Duty, Star Wars, I'm missing something. Watch Dogs comes out, the month before this?
That's almost, that's...
Yeah, Watch Dogs comes out a month before this. Like, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if man manages to, then, but what's coming out after this? Is the question.
After this, I was like,
they haven't announced The Last of Us. No. They haven't Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima.
Exactly.
When's Death Stranding coming out?
That's November this year.
See, if you're getting Death Stranding, it's peak for you, innit? Because I don't know, because that's 500 hours, isn't it? Like,
yeah, that's a Kojima game.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's either 500 hours or like 6 hours. That game there.
No, after playing, after hearing about Metal Gear 5, yeah, that's easily gonna be 100 hours.
Yeah, bruv. After seeing that little scene where you had to get the ladder and put it up there, fam, that was 40 minutes on his own.
Traveling, there's no fast travel in that game. You're traveling the whole map of America.
Yeah, it's mad. But we'll see.
You need these kind of games, guys. Let us know in the comments down below what do you think of Cyberpunk and deep diving into the world that you know now. More story for you, more customization. What do you want? What do you need? I'm saying Mr. Blitztech.
And I'm Revenue GS.
Joe on Further the Cybernerds.
And we'll see you on the next level.
Yo, we've also got a Cyberpunk inspired shirt made by one of the Patreon gang. Shout out to man like Pac-Man. It's right underneath here. So check that out. Get me. It says Cybernerd 2077. Like, that's gangster still.
I'm surprised someone...
I thought someone was going to get it, innit? That's why I didn't.
That's his eye.
Boy.